Good afternoon from Kansas City, Missouri. We're at the championship match between the Decatur Flames and the Chesterfield Falcons. Flames out of Illinois and the Falcons out of Chesterfield, Missouri. The Falcons and Flames faced off yesterday. The Flames emerging victorious with a 5-4 match. It's Sunday, February 1st, 2026, here at the Paris of Plains tournament hosted by Big Bear at the Line Creek Community Center and Ice Arena. Falcons on the season are now 24-11-5 in total, forcing 144 goals, allowing 90. That's a 3.6 per game scoring average, allowing only 2.3 per game. On the regular season, the Falcons have forced 52 goals, allowing 27, so regular season matchups have been slightly better, allowing 1.9 goals per game and forcing 3.7. On the opposite side of the rink, we have the Decatur Flames. They sit at 7-1-2 with a recent regular season loss to the Springfield Spirit, who just picked up a win for the third place finish in this tournament. They've forced 43 goals, allowing 29 over that span. That's a 4.3 goal per game average, allowing only 2.9. On paper, it's a close matchup, but the Flames do have the slight advantage. Their My Hockey rating at 80, and the Chesterfield Falcons at 77.8. Falcons will need to contend with number 58, Scott, one of the key players on the Flames roster. Though the Flames will have one player less than they did yesterday, is number 57, Early, had a match penalty as he was using his stick to get in the breadbasket of Scott Newport, and that, after a scuffle and a fight and improper use of his stick, led to a 4-minute major penalty, and he may be done for the season as that match penalty is likely to lead to a 30-day overall suspension. That leaves the Flames with only 11 skaters on the roster. Of course, they have one goalie. That's number 83, Mathis. The Falcons, who are preparing to close out the ice now at the end of the warm-up, have Armstrong in net with 14 players on the roster, though they also are down as number 70, Xander Bryan, is missing. They'll, of course, need some of Xander's speed and scoring abilities, though the Falcons have managed to do fairly well in this tournament. So 13 skaters against 11 for the Flames. This is the championship game. That'll determine the first and second place standings. And third was the Springfield Spirit out of Missouri, who faced off against Springfield Kings out of Illinois for fourth place. Kansas City Scouts landed in fifth earlier this morning, and the African Americans, after a loss, took number 6. It's Harrison against Scott to open the match. Mickley at left, Benton at right. Beck and Lurk on defense. 13 minutes on the clock. Picked up by Scott. Cleared up ahead of the blue line. It's Lurk back across the blue line to Worley. Worley passes it to Walters. Walters, though, leads to the first stop in time as he crossed before Clark could get back onside. That stops time at 12:50. Scott against Harrison again, picked up by the Flames and sent into the attacking zone. It's Worley, number 40, that's Luke. He'll send it around the corner. Logan chasing Lurk. Lurk trying to send it off the wall. Benton, shot. That's just ahead of Armstrong. Now the puck on the perimeter. Clark, another one toward the net but wide. Beck picks it up. He's going to get a pass off the wall over toward Benton. Back to Beck. And back pressure by Worley, but he spins him off the puck. Now Beck in control. He'll try to clear it through to the neutral zone. That's a job and mission accomplished. Lurk back across the blue line. Worley will have to wait for the Flames to get back onside. They can't get it done. And after a brief series in play, both teams will have a wholesale line change. It's 12:10 on the clock. It's only 50 seconds of play. That'll bring Gorham out to center with Newport at left. Should be Masters at right. Actually, it looks like LeGrand. Denny and Masterson on defense now. Picked up by number 27, Rankin, one of the key players as well for the Flames. They've got one down. Armstrong will need to shift back over. Shot down in the doorstep, and the Flames trying to clear it up ahead. Gorham, he lost it. Now the puck in the low slot, picked up, in now, just deflected. Couldn't tell if that was a save by Armstrong, but the Falcons need to clear it. Worley shot through traffic, off the body, and sent in just past the right leg pad, and it's the Flames up on the board. That was number 27, Rankin. So what we saw yesterday seems to have replayed itself as the Flames scored early. It's now Scott trying to shift wide. He's going to get a puck on the net. Armstrong poking it away. Now Lurk with control. He'll try to carry it out. He does get it done, but it's poked away by Clark. Back in the hands of Masters. Flames working the puck through. Now it's Kernitsky. He'll send it. Oh, Scott steals it away. He'll try. Who poked it out? Masters dancing around. He'll send it ahead to Walkenhorst, but now in the hands of Walters, who enters at the top. Shot and a left leg pad save by Armstrong. 10:50 on the clock. I'll send another shot. That's going to be a shot and just over the glove of Armstrong and past the post. Lurk behind the net. He'll grab it. He'll fire it around the wall, and the Flames with control. But stolen by Harrison. Masters trying to clear it out. Rullison keeps it in just ahead of the blue line. Now Lurk behind the net again. Lurk assessing. Pass toward Harrison. That'll go the length of the ice for an icing call as it sailed down the ice. Now the clock at 10:11. Falcons have spent much of the time so far in this game in their own defensive zone. Something they'll need to attempt to avoid. And no shots on goal so far for the Falcons. Gorham will face off against number 27, Rankin, with Barrickston, Rollifson, Worley, and a handful of other Flames on the ice. Mickley and Gorham near the puck. That's sent back across the blue line by Glanzer. 10:09 on the clock, and both teams will face off near the Falcons bench in the neutral zone. Gorham had the puck, lost it, regained control, sent ahead to Mickley. Mickley dancing around, pushed up against the wall. He lost it. Now in the hands of the Flames. They'll go behind their own net. Masterson off the wall. He picked it up, sent it back down low. And a shot toward the net. And that'll go to the red line. He attempted. That'll be a shot toward the net. Armstrong couldn't get a handle on it. Picked up by Lurk. Now another shot by Glanzer. No, that's wrapped around the boards with Mickley chasing against Barrickston. Worley. Over to Mickley. Mickley, he'll send it ahead of the red line. That's dumped in deep with Gorham and Benton as the F1 and 2. Benton now chasing. Puck sent back through the neutral zone. Grabbed by Denny. Denny sends it line, but that's offsides. Line on the clock. Both teams will face off on the spectator side in the neutral zone. Actually, that'll be an intentional offsides call, so both teams facing off at center ice. It's Harrison against Scott, number 58. Denny trying to poke it through traffic, made its way to Harrison. Harrison off the wall. Clark chasing. Harrison is the F1. He will regain control, but lost it to Worley. Newport now in the corner as Newport was injured in the last game. He'll get a pass toward Harrison. Krenitsky will chase it. He'll keep it in up top. Now a pass to LeGrand. Flames on the attack. Krenitsky trying to keep it in. LeGrand as well. He did as he poked it back in. Now Scott will try to race around a couple of players. Scott wants a shot. That's going to be a blocker save by Armstrong and stuck in his arm. And he didn't know where it was, but it was in the chicken wing. 8:23. Scott with a clean wrist shot at the top of the face-off circle. But he'll head off the ice for a line change as it's now Rolofsson facing off against Gorham. Rolofsson had it, poked it. He's going to try to send one to the net, waiting for a pass opportunity. Centered, but poked away by Lurk. Lurk for the Falcons, now to Beck. Beck on the attack. He's ahead of Worley. Beck in the corner, waiting for a pass or to spin around. And it's Beck getting shoved from behind and a stop in time. We may have a penalty called on the Flames. It's Glanzer, actually Worley, who was pressuring Beck down in the corner. He'll head to the sin bin on a hooking call. Now the Falcons, with the first power play of the game, will have a 5-on-4 advantage at 8:02. It's Masters. Possession, spins around. 2 white jerseys on him. That means there's open space and opportunity somewhere. Gorham sent one toward the net, but deflected by the Flames. Beck keeps it in, sends it off the boards to Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst down to the corner. Scott with possession now. He'll try to spin around Gorham, and he'll get it done. It's Gorham chasing from behind with Lurk, Beck, and Masters. But Scott, who's short-handed, will try to send a pass toward his teammate Rolofsson. Couldn't get it done as too many Falcons lying in wait. And that's a pass now over to the weak side. Clark waiting. Clark short-handed. He'll look for a shot. That's a shot. Armstrong with a save. 41 seconds left on the power. 7:13 on the clock now, facing off in their own defensive zone. Still with a 5-on-4 player advantage. It's Rankin against Harrison. Picked up by Harrison, sent toward Denny. Denny looking for Harrison. Picked up, deflected, past Benton. Now Masters working his way through. One of the Flames tripped at the center line, but no penalty called. It's the Falcons now. Denny sending it off the glass. Back into the neutral zone as the Flames sticked it away. Now back to Masterson. He's got control. Enters at the point, but off the leg of Barrixton. Mickley will gather it on the opposite side. Pass to Harrison with his backhand. Now Mickley waiting toward Benton. Now Frank Denny with a shot, but deflected away by Clark. Harrison and Clark tying up low. And Benton nearly grabbing that one. And a long shot down low. Denny had one toward the net. Maxwell Harris. An even strength game. Denny Scott and the Falcons. Scott with a quick wrist shot near the top of the initially, and it was out, and he had to dive down to smother that. Don't blink. It's Gorham against Scott now to face off in the Falcons defensive zone. Lurk, Newport, LeGrand, and Krenitsky on the ice. That was actually a stolen pass by Newport. And Scott unable to get back onside as he was in their own attacking zone. The puck crossing the blue line stops the clock at 5:50. And both teams now will face off at center ice for the intentional offsides. Gorham against Scott again. Newport at left, LeGrand at right. Lurk and Krenitsky on defense. And Newport stole it. No. Poked away by the Flames. It's the Flames on the attack. Logan. Pressure by Lurk. Logan went down. Lurk appeared to trip, but again, no penalty called. Newport wanted to clear it in. Sends it ahead. And won't be called icing. had his stick on it. Worley off the boards, picked up by Krenitsky. He'll send a shot toward the net, deflected. Newport trying to the rebound, couldn't get it done. It's Scott with possession. It's now the foul at 4:58, and the Falcons with zone. It'll be a line change, bringing out Harrison at center to face off against number 27 Rankin for the Flames. And Masters at left, Walkenhorst at right, Masterson and Beck on defense. It's Rankin with possession. He'll fire it around to the opposite side. Masters picking it up with Clark chasing after. Sparixton and Rankin. Picked up by Masters, shot, and that one wide, just off to the left side of the post. Beck with another shot through traffic. That one ahead of Mathis and back to hit the wall behind the net. Masterson trying to keep the puck in. It's Rankin on the attack now. Through the legs of Masters. Beck trying to spin around. Armstrong facing the shot, came out to contest, and he'll stick it away to Masterson. Masterson will fling it around to the opposite side. That pass through traffic, poked away by Harrison. Now Walkenhorst off the boards, but as it sails down, that'll lead to an icing call. Both teams will face off now in the Flames offensive zone. 4:08 remains in the first period. Logan, and as the pass or shot attempt near toward the net, and now the puck past Scott, and Worley gathers it. He'll send it toward Glanzer. Actually, that was Walters, I believe. It's the Flames with possession and a trip. No penalty called as the Flames were on the attack. It's Glanzer with a long shot. That one just over the net. Armstrong reaching his blocker, but unsuccessful contact. Worley will keep it in at the point, but cleared by the Falcons. Now Gorham looking for an attack. Stopped by Worley. That was number 40, Worley. Luke Mickley shot on the net and redirected as it hit one of the bodies of the Flames. Back to Denny. Denny with control. And cleared by Glanzer. He'll send a slapper toward Newport. He's got it. Now Gorham trying to carry it over to the shooting lane. But Glanzer. Logan with possession. He'll send it up ahead to Worley. Though Worley lost it on Newport's effort. Scott with possession. He'll try to dance through. Loose puck toward Krenitsky. And Scott tying up. Now back to Gorham. We've got a high stick call on Gorham, which will have the referees blow the whistle at 2:41. Falcons face off on the spectator with Rella on defense, as well as Lurk. Newport at left, LeGrand at right. Beck cleared it off the boards with a pass to himself, but it's gathered by Walters for the Flames. He'll send a pass toward Barrickson. Bounced off the wall, went toward Rollison, but an offsides call will bring the clock now to 2:29. Both teams will face off in the neutral zone near the Falcons bench. And it's Rankin against Harrison. Newport at left, LeGrand at right. So the center change here as the Flames will try to maintain their lead. They've got a couple less skaters. They'll look for a centering pass. Armstrong dropping down, waiting for the one touch. Flames couldn't connect, and it'll be LeGrand clearing it out. Harrison chasing after. Clark will arrive first, but Harrison is the F1 trying to get a touch on it. That's sent across the blue line by Lurk. Pass over to Harrison by LeGrand. Another centering pass by Harrison, but broken up by the Flames. Loose puck gathered by LeGrand. He'll try to get one toward the net. Picked up by Lurk, and it's a save by Mathis. And she did a great job to locate the puck through the feet and skates of both teams. Less than 2 minutes remains in the first period. This is the championship game. Both teams facing off late last night. Denny waiting at the gathering it now in their own territory. Flames advancing the puck. It's stolen by Gorham off of Worley. Pass up to Walkenhorst. He'll send one toward the net, but that was just ahead of the crease. Masters trying to flip it off the wall. It was gathered by the Flames. Worley couldn't keep it as Walking Horse corralled it. Now it's the puck back down to the corner. Scott has possession. He'll fire it around the wall, and that should be an offsides call. It is. It's 1:12 on the clock in the first period. Time winding down as we'll head to the first intermission soon, and both teams with a wholesale line change as it's Rolifson, Rankin, Clark, Barrickston all on the ice for the Flames. Harrison facing off against Rankin. Mickley at left, Benton at right. Lurk and Kranitsky on defense. Flames poked it away. That was Barrickston off the hands of Lurk, and it'll be kept in by Benton. Harrison chasing after, but the Flames with control. They'll bring it through. Actually, Benton stopped that momentum. Rolifson now, he'll send it across, and that won't be an icing call. No, passing, lost it. Now to James as Clark stole it away from Benton. He tried to get a shot toward the net. It'll be a one-on-one. And now it's Harrison who may get a shot. He's going to look for something. Shot stolen away by number 87, Clark. A great defensive effort for the Flames. And one of the better chances for the Falcons, it's Harrison trying to corral it, but it's a delayed penalty as Kranitsky touches the puck. It'll be a cross-check on Mickley as he sent one of the Flames to the boards. And the first penalty of the game for the Falcons. That's actually on number 5, Harrison. Second penalty of the game. First one on the Falcons. It's a 5-on-4 player advantage. Rankin taking that against Mickley. Walters shot through traffic. Armstrong gathered it. Armstrong waiting. He got his glove up in the air as he sprawled out, but the Flames couldn't send that rebound toward the net, and that'll leave the second period still with a 5-4 player advantage to the Flames as they have a minute 17. With that, the referee giving one of the Flames a bit of a word. That appears to be Worley. Had a chance to meet the Worley dad, Eric, I believe, yesterday. That's a nice family set of brothers playing. It's the first time they've had a chance to get on the ice together as a team. Falcons getting a word from their coach. It's Armstrong who will head to the opposite net, and both teams now waiting for the reset as we will enter the second. It's Gorham to open things. LeGrand at left. Correction, LeGrand at right. Beck and Masterson on defense. Rankin will face off against Ford Gorham. Rolifson, Scott, both on the ice at left and right wing, respectively. 13 minutes now. Fresh clock in the second period. Deflected off the stick of Scott. Shot and then off the body of Masterson as he took a puck to the back. Flames off the boards. Pass toward Rankin. Rankin on the attack. He'll face some pressure by Beck. Armstrong shifting over. Save. Initially, that was actually a puck winding toward Armstrong. And now both teams fighting for control off the wall again. That was Scott who sent it low. Rankin with possession. He's going to see some contest by Masterson, who's down on the ice. And they're now has not been freed, and the referee will stop the clock at as both teams couldn't clear it out, and Masterson able to get up. We had a couple of injuries in the last game. It was Armstrong who took a skate to the back. Newport took a stick to the groin and Masterson a stick to the neck, and so everybody may not be playing at 100%, but they should be at full capacity. Both teams having a chance to get a full group of rest here. It's Worley, shot up top, and glove saved by Armstrong, who shifted over. And it'll be Denny shoving Rankin. Not sure if they got tied up, but either way, no penalty called on that. 27 seconds remains on the power play. It's Rankin, Scott, Rolofson all on the ice. Rolofson facing off against the Falcons. They clearly won that exchange. Now it's Walters. He wants a shot toward the net. That was off the skate of Denny. Another shot. Armstrong with a save. Took that one off the mask. And that's the second game as Scott sent a quick one and into the head of Armstrong. He's a little slow to get up. The referee checking on him. And it hit just right off the front of the face mask. That's the worst possible place to take a puck. He's going to rise. 11:51 on the clock. 15 seconds remains for the power play. Flames trying to capitalize on the player advantage. And the Falcons working toward their first penalty kill. It's Rankin against Benton. Cleared back toward Lurk in the corner. He'll send it around the wall. Newport trying to arrive ahead of Worley. Can't get it done. Number 11, Worley. Center pass. Armstrong waiting for a puck toward the net. And it was just barely sent. Now it's Walters. He'll get a shot toward the net. Armstrong with a glove save. 11:38. That was headed for the top shelf. And a great shot by Walters as she shifted just barely outside the shooting lane. And it's even strength as both teams have 5 players on the ice. It's Harrison who will face off against Rankin. Masters at left, or correction, yes, Masters at left, Walkenhorst at right, Beck and Lurk on defense. It's Harrison who will send the puck around to Lurk. Lurk off the boards. He'll try to send a pass ahead to Walkenhorst. Tied up. Beck looking for something. He's going to bring it off the wall. Beck, though, lost it. And a great defensive effort by the Flames. Kept by Lurk. Lurk up top. Shot in the shooting lane. Save initially. Loose rebound and clear. Back across the line and offsides at 11:06. And another nice opportunity for the Falcons, though. They've only sent a handful of shots to the net. That was Lurk who threw one forward and went off the body of Mathis. Mathis, who made the initial save, couldn't corral the rebound, but cleared by the Flames out to the opposite end. And this rebound, or this face-off, rather, getting picked up by Masterson. Masterson tying up with Glanzer. Mickley sent off to the glass. It's number 77, Barrickston. As the Flames attempt to clear it out, they'll get that job done. It's sent now back deep into Falcons attacking territory with Benton in as the F1. Gorham waiting. That'll be off the stick of Masterson. It's Worley, number 40. He will wait for a pass over. That'll get broken up by Denny. It's Barrickston swinging around in the corner and over the body of Armstrong off to the opposite side. Benton trying to clear, kept in by Glanzer, who sends a shot off the blocker of Armstrong. He deflects it behind the net. Now it's Denny trying to send a pass toward Gorham, kept in by Glanzer. He centers a pass over, deflected and stopped by Masterson. Mickley can't reach it as Worley, number 11, bringing it through. Lost, gathered by Gorham. Now both teams sending it around. It's Masterson who spins around, pass ahead to Benton. Benton lost it, but now it's Mickley who enters. He's going to have an attacking opportunity. Send a shot toward the net. It's a glove save by Mathis as she stands up for that. And another one toward the net. That's what the Falcons need to do as they find themselves down. It's 9:55 in the second period. Both teams changing out again. Careful, Callum. Krenitsky up top. Shot toward the net. Off the hand of Rankin. And that had to hurt as it looked like he tried to glove it. Rolofson in top. And Legrand tying up with Rolofson. Centered pass broken up by Newport. And Newport now assessing. He'll send it ahead to Harrison. Loose though, and in the hands of Walters. It's Rankin, I believe. He's going to swing over, but lost it. And Lurk trying to corral it. Can't get it done. Rankin goes down. They're on the puck. Scott fires it down low. That'll ring around, and Krenitsky trying to grab it against Rolofson. Pass towards Scott. Scott corrals it. Scott, pressure from behind by Newport. Sent it loose down to the corner, and Newport now He'll send it ahead to Harrison, and it may be Harrison who can grab it. No, it's going to be LeGrand. LeGrand with Harrison just behind him. LeGrand with a shot. That's off the left leg pad near the post. Mathis with a save. Krenitsky got bumped into Scott, and Scott's down. Hopefully he's okay. Krenitsky will get called for tripping. And the Falcons now find themselves down again, one player, as they will need another effective penalty kill. They need to keep the game close, as the Flames are prolific scorers. We've seen that certainly play out in this tournament, as I don't believe they've had a single game where they've put less than 5 in the net. That's a pass ahead to Walkenhorst as he's shorthanded. He'll swing around Worley. No, Worley broke up the play. It's now number 40. It's actually 41. That's Logan, but lost it off the effort of Gorham and Masterson. And the Flames trying to keep it near the blue line. Finally cleared out by Gorham, but offsides as Worley on the wrong side of the blue line. That's 55 seconds remaining on the power play. 8:11 on the clock in the second period. As the Flames have 5 players on the ice, there'll be another line change. The Falcons bringing out Lurk, Harrison, Denny, and Masters. Rankin will face off against Harrison near the Flames bench. That's cleared to the opposite deep end of the neutral zone. Walters gathering it, sends it past Masters and Harrison. That's Masterson down. Shot. Armstrong with initial save. Picked up. Rebound as Denny cleared it away from the net. That's a shot off the body of Denny. Denny trying to clear. He'll get it done. 30 seconds remains on the power play as the Flames, pressured by Masters, pass ahead to Scott. Scott dumping it in. It'll be Lurk fighting for possession in the corner. Can't get it done just yet. It's Lurk and Rankin. Lurk comes away with it. He'll send it around the boards. Number 11, Worley. Liam gathering one. That's going to be down in front of Armstrong. Armstrong with an initial save. He'll smother the puck. And a great job by Armstrong to sit and wait down low, as there's 8 seconds remaining on the power play now and 7:24 on the clock. Falcons so close to closing out this penalty, and Krenitsky will come out of the sin bin momentarily. It's Lurk, Mickley, Harrison, and Denny on the ice for the Falcons. Rankin facing off against, and that's another shot and saved by Armstrong as the Falcons cleared out the rebound. Another shot, that's into Armstrong, who picked it off with his glove, and he's seen a number of shots in this game so far as the Flames have put more on the net than the Falcons. There's no shot clicker, but I believe that's true. And Harrison now out. Gorham in to face off against number 58, Scott, Mickley, Lurk, and Denny on the ice for the Falcons to close this out. Only 1 second left on the power play. It's Krenitsky who's waiting to come in, and he's going to go out. Puck behind the net. Krenitsky's out. It's now Benton. He's going to wait for a pass. That one will go through the neutral zone toward Mathis. She'll smother it with her glove. And Mathis. Pickett 7:04. The Flames trying to break it out. Kept in by Gorham, and a great job to stick it away. Cleared down by Benton, but he'll tie up with Gorham. And Benton trying to steal it from Scott. Can't get it done. It's Gorham poking it. Loose puck. Scott gathers it again. He's on the rush. Scott, he'll shift through into the neutral zone. Poked away by Masterson with a great defensive effort. But Scott still fighting for it. It's Masterson who comes away with it. Pressure from behind. Sends it around the corner. Now both teams on the perimeter, working to clear. The puck now sailing toward Mathis as she drops down to the butterfly and smothers it again. It's a bit of deja vu, the clock, except the only thing different at 6:18 now in the second period. We're at the halfway point and the Flames maintaining a slim margin. And uncharacteristic as both teams have put up a handful of points on the board in the previous 3 games in this tournament, it's now a low-scoring affair. It may come down to goalie work to close this game out. It's Walters back behind the net, pressure by 3 Falcons. Walters firing it around the boards, picked up by Kronetsky, through traffic, gathered by Newport, though it's the Flames who cleared out. And it's a miscue. Armstrong will get a shot, and it's through. Armstrong's 5-hole. That's a goal. Rankin, number 27. That's his second goal of the game. And the miscue is the Falcons had no answer for a 2-on-0. Rankin opted to keep it. He danced Armstrong out in the crease, and as he shifted over, Rankin brought Armstrong off of his equal weighting and sent it through the leg pads for a goal. It's now the Flames back on the attack. It's Rankin again with the possession. He'll get a shot. That's just out of reach of Armstrong's glove. Barrickston will try to pick it up as Newport smothers him away from control. Now Harrison dancing around a couple Flames players. Pass toward Newport, who grabs it. Nice tape to tape. And Newport sends it to LeGrand. Beck waiting for it. That'll go off the boards. Barrickston chasing. The puck rolling down to the red line. That's an icing call. 5:21 in the second period now. And we'll carry the action down to the Falcons' offensive zone. They need to send a few more pucks toward Mathis. Have not had enough opportunities in the game. It's Gorham at center facing off against Scott. Masters at left, Walkenhorst at right. Masterson and Denny on defense. Masterson sends a puck toward the net, but off the body of Scott and Glanzer. That's a loose puck in front of the net. We'll have a penalty called as Gorham was sent down. That's interference. And the Flames, who were attempting to clear out the front of the crease, will get called for interference as Glanzer now in the penalty box. So that's 2 penalties apiece. The Falcons with a much-needed power play. And Scott lost it off the effort to Gorham. Went over to Masters, who fired one toward the net, but that was loose and just ahead. Gorham trying to send it in. Gorham will get tied up with Walters, but it's the Flames with possession. And Masters will try to keep it in. He can't get it done as it's now the Flames shorthanded. Scott with possession. He'll try to spin the Falcons off the puck. Picked up by Walters. Shot deflected back behind the net by Denny. Denny pass toward Masters. Flames keep it in their own attacking zone. It's Worley. Lost it to Walkenhorst. Walters now in the neutral zone. Picked up by Masters, who stole that pass. Masters shot, but just wide and hit the rim of the half wall. It's a pass ahead to Scott. Scott, who tripped on his own, lost it. Now Masters gathers. He'll send it off the boards, but past Walters as the Flames try to clear. It'll go the length of the neutral zone. Picked up by Masterson. Masterson bumps into one of the Worley brothers, I believe. Yes, that's number 40. Now 40 back up. He has control. He'll send it down, but we'll have a penalty called, and we'll wait to see if that's actually a slashing call.
Put the waiter away.
And so a minute and 15 seconds on the power play expired for the Falcons. It'll lead the action to a 4-on-4 matchup. And the third penalty for the Falcons. They'll now head into a 5-on-4 after 15 seconds. It's Rankin against Harrison. And the puck drop picked up by Krenitsky. Krenitsky, pressure by the Flames. He'll send it out toward Mickley. It's Mickley with control. He'll try to spin through. Lost it, though, and a great defensive effort by Rollison. And Krenitsky trying to regain control off the boards. It's Mickley, though. He sends it down through the corner. He has it behind the net. It's sent in. That's a score by Krenitsky, short-handed. Let's go, Krenitsky. So the game now back to a 1-goal deficit. The Falcons still find themselves behind, and they'll have a power play to contend with. That's 1:08 left on that. Harrison off the boards, tries to send it out, but off the body of Rankin. Rollison grabs it. He fires it below the net. Barrickston behind. He looks for a wraparound. No, passes to Rankin in the corner. He'll shift through, looking for a centering pass, but broken up by Beck. Beck out into the neutral zone, off the stick of Walters. He'll chase it down. Walters will arrive first. Beck will keep it in. Finally cleared by the Flames. Both players tying up in the neutral zone. It's Benton at center ice. Pass to Beck. He enters up top, tied up by Barrickston. And it's number 87 gathering the puck. Benton off the wall to Harrison. And it's Rankin now on the rush. He'll send it across the red line. It'll go off the boards. Won't be there for an icing call. Denny sending it off the glass toward Benton. Benton now carrying it back through. It's 15 seconds remains. It's Harrison. He wants a shorthanded opportunity himself. Can't get it done. Now back to Denny, who fires it low. No offsides. Actually, yes, finally blown. Now 6 seconds remains. We'll face off maybe at center ice, as that one appeared to be intentional. 8 on the clock. 6 seconds remains on the power play as the Flames still have the 5-4 player advantage. And Scott will face off against Gorham. LeGrand at right against Worley. Krenitsky, the lone defenseman for the Falcons. LeGrand will fire it low. That'll expire the penalty, and it's Masterson off the bench in the penalty box. Newport. Krenitsky will chase the puck as around. Krenitsky waiting for a pass. That'll get picked up by Gorham. Gorham, though, lost it off the effort of Glanzer. It's Scott pushed wide. Krenitsky pressuring, and he wants to get something going. That's going to go toward Worley. Worley, that one deflected down by the other Worley brother, number 40. So one Worley shot to the other, but finally gathered by the Falcons. It's the Flames trying to clear it out, and off the body of Scott, and the puck down to the corner. Number 11 Worley firing it around to the opposite side. Lurt gathering the puck. Glanzer sending it off the boards, kept in by LeGrand. He fires it down to the corner again. Lurk and Glanzer fighting for it, loose toward Gorham, but it's Worley who has it. He'll send it off of one of his Flames players. And the Flames waiting. Gorham trying to steal it away. He wants a wraparound, tied up by Glanzer. 1:25 in the second period. Pass over to Worley. It's Scott who may have a chance to break away. That'll get poked away. No, it's Scott. He wants a shot. And that's a backhand pass. Actually, a backhand shot over the head of Armstrong. Number 11, Worley, will try to get something going. That was off the boards, though no Flame to accept. Now it's LeGrand with possession. As he crosses the red line, he'll dump it in. Falcons now on the forecheck. LeGrand will come off on a line change. And the Falcons trying to get something going. Shot by Beck into the body of the Flames. It's Scott trying to break out. And they'll tie up. Scott may have a chance. The Falcons trying to touch. That's a delayed penalty as Mathis was headed out of the net. And Scott, who has some good handles, couldn't make his way to the net as he was tripped. And Beck now into the penalty box again for the fourth Falcons penalty. That one coming at 40 seconds left in the second period. And the Falcons finding themselves in a similar position to the first period where they close out a penalty and open up the third in the same position. It's Rankin who will face off against Harrison. Walkenhorst at left, Masterson at right. Denny back on defense. And the Falcons will attempt to clear. It's Denny. He'll try to fire it around the boards. Actually sends it through traffic. Nearly off the stick of Harrison, but they couldn't connect. And it's Rankin again, facing off against Maxwell Harrison. Harrison off the body of Walters. Walters firing it off the body of Harrison. So they have a brief exchange. Rankin behind the net. He spins around, pressure, a centering pass toward a Flame right in front of Armstrong. It's Walters who will fire it to the corner. Masterson trying to gather control. It's Denny, now another attempt, and we'll have a delayed penalty with the Flames interference call. No, it's actually Denny. Frank Denny will have an interference call. That's the second one of the game, the first one against the Falcons. And it's 3.5 seconds with a 5-on-3 player advantage to close out the second period. And the fifth Falcon penalty of the game. It's going to be hard to fight back from that. They need to play a little cleaner. See some clean shots and passes. It's Rankin. He wants a shot at the net. Armstrong jumping over. Armstrong with a save off of Rankin. And that closes out the second period. Both teams headed for one last intermission.
All right, boys. Good job. Come on, Falcons!
Flames doing a great job with the player down. It's number 57, Early, who's not a part of this game, as they now have 11 skaters out on the ice with one goalie. That's Mathis. She's done a great job to stop most of what she's seen. Of course, one shorthanded goal by the Falcons at 3:40 in the second. That was Tyler Kronitsky, who received a sharp pass from behind the net by Mickley. And both goals for the Flames coming at the hands of number 27, Rankin. Falcons still missing Xander Bryant. Could use some speed there. Again, it's the Spirit in third place in this tournament. The Kings in fourth. KC Scouts in fifth, and the Afton Americans in sixth. The victor of this game will take the championship trophy. And to open the match, it'll be Lurk and Masterson back on defense with Gorham facing off. That was Rankin on taking the center pass there. Barrickson centers over to Rollison. Armstrong getting his glove up in the air. Scott wants a shot. That's a slapper, but just wide as he couldn't fully connect. Rankin, pressure by Kronitsky in the corner. Flames trying to send a pass over. That's back to Scott. Scott through traffic, and it's in. That's a power play goal. And the Flames now have an insurance lead. And so Scott's shot through traffic will extinguish one power play opportunity for the Flames. They still have another, as it's Denny who sits in the sin bin. And Armstrong with a glove save there off the shot of the Flames. 12:21 on the clock. So an early score in the third brings the Flames up. There's a goal in the first, second, and third by the Flames. Falcons will need to get aggressive. It's a shot through traffic, but Kronitsky takes the puck off his leg. Worley wants one. He's going to shift to the top of the face-off circle. Armstrong shifting in the crease and got one off his body. It's Barrickson through traffic, poked away, sent one toward the net. Falcons trying to clear. It's Mickley. Will try to pick it up off the board. Scott will send it back to the corner. They'll look for a wraparound. Armstrong stopping it as he sealed the post. It's cleared to the corner. Beck bumps into number 11 Worley, and Beck is down. We'll wait to see if Beck is down. We may have had a stop in time or a penalty called. Unsure what the consensus will be. It's 21 seconds remains on this power play. 11:54 on the clock in the third period. Beck is still down. It looked like he's holding his left shoulder. Hopefully he's okay. Armstrong over to check on his teammate, and the rest of the Falcons back to their respective bench, as well as the Flames. This is the championship game between the Decatur Flames out of Illinois against the Chesterfield Falcons in Missouri at Paris of the Plains, hosted by Big Bear at the Line Creek Community Center and Ice Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. And Beck is still down in the corner, holding his left shoulder. He's going to rise and will head to the bench on his own power, which is great news, though he still appears to be in pain, unfortunately, and we'll see if he comes back out onto the ice. It's 21 seconds left, as there was a penalty against the Flames on that play. Scott, he's breaking out. He's on the attack, but Lurk poked it away. And a great back-checking effort by the Falcons. Logan forcing Benton against the boards. Both teams shoving. Logan trying to clear it out, but it's picked up by Mickley. He wanted a shot, but the poke check by Logan cleared it. He sent it ahead of the red line. Now the Falcons will pick it up behind their own net, and they have a 5-on-4 advantage. It's though Scott who gathered it and sent a quick pass over to Logan. Actually, that was Walters, I believe. Lurk behind the net. He'll send a pass, actually picked up by Rankin. Rankin short-handed, will try to clear it over. It's going to be Harrison who wants to pick it off of Walters. He did initially, and kept in by Mickley. Mickley will gather it. He'll send a shot toward the net. No, tied up by the Flames. Harrison, he'll get one. That was deflected just wide as he barely connected. Harrison looking for the wraparound, picked up by Mickley, but a save by Mathis. As Mathis saw a shot down in her doorstep, Mickley picking up the pass from Harrison as the power play attempt stymied by Mathis, and the Falcons still have a 5-on-4 player advantage for 23 seconds. It'll be Gorham facing off against Barrickston, with Scott on the ice as well as Rolifson. Gorham picking it up. He'll send it toward LeGrand. LeGrand had a shot. That was off the left leg pad of Mathis. She had the initial save. Denny trying to clear it through. The loose puck actually picked up by Barrickston. Shot and no, prevented by Krenitsky. No tripping call there as Krenitsky went down and tripped Barrickston. The puck getting cleared away from the net by Armstrong's stick. Now Newport working the puck out. No step and kept in by Clark. Rolifson toward Rankin. Nice pass through the feet. Broken up by Denny. Denny went down. And the Flames still trying to gather the puck. It's Newport toward LeGrand. Glanzer fired off the body of LeGrand down to the corner as the puck meandered its way. But it's Gorham with control. 10 minutes remains in the game. And Gorham bumped into Worley, number 40, I believe, and he was laying on the blue line for a minute. That led to an offsides call. Appeared to be incidental contact. It's 9:52 on the clock. Falcons need to be more aggressive and get some more shots on the net. Their possession time in their own attacking zone. Hopefully they can increase that. It's Harrison. He'll try to spin through. Harrison, shot on the net, but that's wide, just past the left post. Walkenhorst trying to gather this, but it's number 40, Worley, who had it instead. Masters stole the pass, shot one, but deflected and kept out by the Flames. Falcons back onside, Beck off the boards, he'll fire it low. It's Walkenhorst as the F1, facing off against Glanzer. Glanzer fires it around the board, sent it toward Worley. Now it's Masters, shot at the face-off circle. Hit the glove of Mathis, dropped down to the ice, and she smothered it for a nice save. as Masters shifted toward the face-off dot. Now both teams will restart action there. It's Harrison who will face off against Rankin with Masters at left, Walkenhorst at right, Beck and Lurk on defense. 9:20 on the clock. Chances winding down for the Falcons. That's a pass in the neutral zone gathered by Lurk. He'll send a pass backhanded toward Walkenhorst. Rankin stole it. Walkenhorst regathered, and he fired it deep into Falcons' attacking territory, but off the wall and in front of the net as Mathis smothered the puck again. And an offsides call brings the action to the bench side near the Flames. Rankin against Gorham. Gorham clears it to Denny. Denny back to Gorham. Gorham wants to carry it in, but stolen by the Flames. Actually picked up by Benton at the top of the point as they fired it through. Gorham in as the F1. Pressure against Clark. Gorham centered pass toward Mickley. Mickley with the one touch, and Mathis with a nice save down in her own doorstep. It's Mickley in the corner, centered toward Gorham, and it's Gorham in. That's a deflection. One-timer, Mickley to Gorham. 8:31. Falcons are back within one. An even strength goal. Scott wants to get a quick answer. That'll go just past the top left corner and Armstrong's blocker as he stood up to attempt to make the save. And the Flames trying to get something going. And that was a dangerous shove as Scott went down. Gorham shoved him into the corner. And Gorham's okay, as Scott is as well. And Gorham coming over to show some good sportsmanship and tap Scott on the head, make sure he's okay, and it's all good. But Gorham, though, will head to the penalty box, and after the Falcons picked up a shot and score, this is not what they needed. Flames with a 5-4 player advantage. Worley, pass ahead to LeGrand. LeGrand, eyes up, pass toward Harrison. Harrison, though, couldn't collect it, and that'll go for icing, unfortunately, as the Falcons nearly had a 3-on-2 shorthanded rush developing. 1:20 left on the clock. It shaves some time off the power play for the Flames. It's Rollefson, Barrickston, Worley, and Rankin on the ice, as well as a fifth player, maybe Glanzer, but it's Harrison who picks up his own face-off. It's Harrison firing it out. That'll go past the blue line, not touched by a Flame, actually stopped. It's picked up by number 11, Worley. Worley, pressure from behind by Lurk, and Worley went down. LeGrand will chase the puck in the corner. It's Barrickston, though, who arrives first. He passes ahead to Rankin. It's now a 2-on-2. Rankin lost it, passed it to Kranitsky. Kranitsky picked it up, sent it into the hands of Barrickston, who carried it past the blue line for an offsides call. Stops the clock at 7:36 with 53 seconds remaining on the power play. And the Falcons now facing off near their own bench, still down a player. It's 81 Will Benton against Rankin. Newport at left facing off across Scott with Beck and Masterson. That's Rollison's shot just past the blocker and wide of the post. Another shot by Armstrong. Rebound and sent in. It's a power play goal by the Flames. They retain their 2-score advantage. That was Rankin. Shot by Scott And the rebound left for Rankin, who sent it past Armstrong's right leg pad. So it's Scott with an assist and a goal, and it's Rankin with a hat trick, as that was his third of the game. He's picking up things for the Flames. A long shot by the Flames near the top of the point. Armstrong made the save. We'll have another penalty called against the Falcons at 7-11. It'll be a tripping call against Masterson. Actually slashing. So that's 7 penalties against the Falcons. Hard to fight back with a player off the ice, as it's Scott now facing off against Masters with Denny and Kranitsky. Actually, it's Masters who will stay on the ice but not face off against Scott. It's actually Harrison. Harrison, though, picks it up. He'll try to shift around Scott. Scott getting his stick in the way. And Worley stops it. He does a good job waiting. Now Masters, both teams tying up. It's Scott. He's going to enter near the top of the shooting lane. He'll send a shot toward the net, but deflected and kicked wide by the Falcons. Kranitsky trying to clear. It's another shot. That one blocked by Armstrong. It appeared to be out of the path of the net, but it's Worley with a shot. That'll get cleared. Now Denny into the neutral zone. Sent toward it. Masters. Masters lost it. Kranitsky trying to send it into the attacking area for the Falcons. 48 seconds remains on the power play. Harrison pass toward Kranitsky. Kranitsky lost it. And now the Falcons back checking. It's Masters with control. He sends it to the red line. Now back to Masters. Masters tied up with a couple of Flames. Masters works the puck toward the blue line, but it's the Flames who have it. They'll send it the opposite way. It's Rankin chasing as well as Denny. And Denny getting tripped. No penalty called. They'll try to get a backhand shot toward the net. Falcons need to clear the puck away from the doorstep of Armstrong. And Rankin down on the ice with the whistle blown dead. It's 13 seconds left on the power play. Rankin appears to be okay. That may have been the concern of the referee, as there were a lot of bodies down in the low slot. 5:54 on the clock. Both teams will face off in the neutral zone on the spectator side. And the Flames still with a 5-4 player advantage. It's Rankin facing off against Benton. That puck picked up by Benton, sent back toward Beck. Beck cleared it across the ice. Worley, number 11, gathers in the corner. He'll fire it to the opposite side. It's Scott who's waiting. Scott with possession sends a clean pass toward Rankin, actually broken up by Gorham. And the Falcons with an effective penalty kill on that transition. And it's now Mickley advancing the puck. Scott, though, picks it up. Scott on the attack. He'll enter at the top of the slot. He wants a shot. He's going to be near the face-off circle. Sent one. Armstrong may have deflected, or it was wide. Either way, it was broken up. Now it's Mickley advancing. It's Beck. Beck's going to have a chance. Beck tied up by Worley. Now to Gorham. Gorham in the corner. He'll face some pressure by the other Worley. It's Lurk working the puck. Loose puck behind the net. And Lurk on his knees sent a pass toward Gorham, but they lost it. Now it's the Flames who are breaking out. Pass in the neutral zone toward Scott. Scott will dump it in. That's a pass off the glass. And Benton will gather it behind the net. Pressure by number 40 Worley for the Flames. And Mickley tying up. Now it's Barrickston. Barrickston toward Worley. Worley backhand shot, but kicked away by Benton. 4:30 remains in the game. Championship match at Paris of the Plains, a tournament hosted by Big Bear, and that's offsides. The clock now at 4:24. The Falcons have to get more aggressive and get their passes crisp and clean and throw some shots toward the net. Both teams will face off in the... Actually, no, that's another penalty by Benton. This is going to be a shot. Armstrong with a right leg pad save, and then he got a shove. Newport coming over to support. Armstrong spun around as he dumped down on the puck. 4:20 left in the third period. 1:27 on the power play, and the referee's letting the play continue. It's Rankin at center facing off against Harrison. Harrison picked it up, tried to send it toward Masterson, but Rankin stole it. He wanted a centering pass broken up by the Falcons. And Harrison will get tripped by Rankin as they were fighting for the puck. It'll be a 4-on-4, and action now carried to the Falcons' offensive zone. That's a tripping call against Rankin. "12 penalties called in this game, and it's just disrupted everything." This puck will make it to the red line for an icing call, and we'll have a 4-on-4 for another minute and 9 seconds, and the Falcons will just have a very short period of time with a 5-on-4 advantage. Only 12 seconds. There were 8 penalties called in the game last night between the Falcons and the Flames. This is a puck back to Masterson. He'll fire it to the corner. Gorham waiting. Picked up by number 81 for the Flames. It's Scott, though, who has control. He'll send it through the neutral zone toward Rolifson. That'll go the length of the ice. Armstrong waiting, but it'll be an icing call. That puck narrowly missing the right post. It's Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Paris of the Plains Championship Tournament between the 12U B1 Decatur Flames and the Chesterfield Falcons. It's Worley. Pressure by Denny to the right. Armstrong waiting. He made the save. Cleared by Denny as the rebound was waiting in front of Armstrong. Flames. It's Worley. He wants a shot. Through traffic. It's over Armstrong's left shoulder. He had his glove up. He was shifting over. And that's a goal by Worley.
Keep working, it ain't over yet. That's right, Falcons!
3:24 on the clock. 4-on-4 match is now we find ourselves opening the action again. Scott against Harrison. Harrison trying to bring the action, but it's Scott. Stole it. He's going to dance around Krenitsky. Armstrong, who made a big save. He came out to stop Scott, and we'll have a penalty called on Armstrong. That was a poke check, but they'll call tripping as Armstrong came out to contest. And they'll call tripping on Armstrong.
No way! How much did you guys take off of
That's Parker Armstrong's first penalty ever. It's now a 4-on-3 rather. Harrison sends the pass toward Krenitsky. Krenitsky needs to clear. He keeps it. He'll send it off the boards to neutral zone. Number 11, Worley with possession. It's over to Harrison. Harrison past Barrickston. He sends it into the neutral zone. Glanzer will collect deep in the neutral. And Glanzer firing around. It'll be Krenitsky who picks it back up. He'll send it off the boards toward Harrison. Harrison is short-handed. It's a 4-on-4. Only for a couple of seconds. Now it's a 5-on-4. The advantage to the Flames. And it's Scott. Pressure by Beck. Beck poked it. Couldn't get it going. Masters then sent it around. Backhand pass through traffic. Armstrong waiting. He made an initial save. He flew onto the puck. Harrison against Worley, number 40, who took the face-off. Now the Flames working the puck toward the net. Stopped by Denny for the Falcons. Glanzer shot. Armstrong saw the puck just off the backside of the net. 27 seconds left on the power play. Harrison trying to bring it around the corner. He's got possession. He'll clear it into the neutral zone. That's toward Masters. Masters got over the glove of Mathis, who made a nice save, and a short-handed opportunity for the Falcons. Stopped by Mathis. Gorham now, 3-on-2. 2 Falcons. Now it's actually kept in. Masters backs away over to Benton. Benton, who just spent some time in the penalty box. Pass toward Gorham, who sent it to the corner. It's the Flames trying to clear. Kept in by Masterson initially. That's off his body. Masterson moves the puck forward. No, it's the Flames now on the attack. A nice no-look pass from Logan to Rankin. And in transition, it's Denny now. Denny will try to get one on the net. He'll protect the puck. He sends it over to Benton. No, it's actually in the hands of Masterson. Now Benton. He'll swing around. Benton, backhand shot, lost in traffic. It's the Flames back the other way. Rankin and Barrickston. They'll send that into the slot, and that's a pass by Denny to his own team, but into the bench, and 53 seconds remains. The Falcons won't have enough time or space really to pull the goalie, and that'd be a comeback of the ages. Crazier things have happened, but it's likely the Falcons keep their goalie in net, and it's Rankin against Gorham with Falcons looking for control. It was Scott against Gorham there as the Falcons had it. Now it's Scott. Another shot toward the net. Armstrong waiting, though that was actually off the body of one of the Falcons. Now picked up by the shot by the Flames and gloved out of the air by Armstrong. That was number 91, Walters, who had a nice wrister toward the net, stolen. But 36 seconds left in the game. It's not enough to do for the Falcons, though they'll try to at least carry this puck out of their own zone. They've spent too much time in their defensive zone, and the Flames, of course, getting credit for doing a great job on the attack. It's Glanzer in the corner, pressuring. He gets shoved down, won't have a call. Less than 20 seconds left. Glanzer's down on the ice. And he'll get back up. He's okay. And the clock now at 19 seconds in the third. It appears that it's the Flames who will have rightfully earned the championship trophy here at Paris of the Plains tournament hosted by Big Bear. It's Harrison against Rolifson. Krenitsky will wrap it around the boards. LeGrand with control. He sends it toward Beck. Kept in by Rolifson up top. Now sent out. It's a 3-on-3. Harrison trying to dance through, but a great back-checking effort by the Flames. The Flames win it. And the Falcons will head to their own bench. The Falcons doing a great job in this match. A hat trick by Rankin, a score by number 58, Scott, a power play goal, as well as number 40, Worley, I believe. It was Ford Gorham.
No. I'm not gonna shake hands. No. Why? Is he out there?
That would not be acceptable.
No.
What would be acceptable?
Armstrong will lead the handshaking here, and both teams fighting hard in this match. The 2 goals by the Falcons. Tyler Krenitsky, a shorthander in the second period at 3:40. The assist by Mickley. And Mickley picking up another assist in his second point of the game as he sent one toward Gorham as Gorham had his own shot in the third. That was a one-touch from the corner by Mickley. And we'll now wait for the trophy to be handed out. It's actually a tournament with no trophy presentation. It appears the Falcons are headed off the ice, and the Flames will pick up their poster and take a quick photo. And that'll conclude the action for the weekend. It's the Flames who pick up the championship win. Falcons lead the tournament standings in second now as a result of this game. Springfield Spirit in third. Springfield Kings in fourth. Kansas City Scouts in fifth, and the Afton Americans taking up last place. Decatur, Illinois Flames facing off against the Chesterfield Falcons here at the Line Creek Community Center and Ice Arena in Kansas City, Missouri on Sunday, February 1st, 2026. That concludes our game. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.